Now, when it comes to stand-up comedy, there are some people who love writing out an entire piece. Now, my style of doing stand-up is reflecting on life, diving into life experiences, personal experiences, encounters, conversations. But there could be someone, Pratichaya, like you, who's an English literature person, who might be inspired by the likes of, say, P.G. Wodehouse or someone along those lines.
Yeah.
Now, you could do something like, say, a mono act, a monologue. Now, stand-up is more informal. It's also written in cases. It's a very personal approach. If you prefer to write out your piece, rehearse your piece, treat it like a one-man, one-woman theater performance, you're most happy to do that. The thing is, you don't have to define yourself as a stand-up comic in that. You can make it a comedy writer. You can become a comedy performer. You can do sketch writing where you reflect on societal events, occurrences, where it's either a family scene or a wedding scene, and you can apply a lot of satire there.
Yes.
If you look at in America, they have the Chappelle Show, which played, or there's another one called Key and Peele, or in India, AIB did these sketches called the Big Indian Weddings. So there's a way of approaching that as a comedy writer. As a stand-up person, what I've noticed is that if you're a person who's inspired by the news, you can do news-related content where you can apply a lot of satire and sarcasm. You can apply those filters to any aspect of your life. These are tools of how you write a joke or how you observe, and that's your strength as a comedian. You are not just repeating what society wants to hear, because that again gets the right kind of correct. You have to also challenge where society is going. Now that leads me into the second point, is that you cannot constantly be worried about what people are saying about you. You cannot be worried that they are saying that, oh my God, she's using her disability to get ahead in life. Because they use everything to get ahead in life, and every human being does. That's just our natural willingness to survive, right? My point is,
true.
You don't have to look.
Won't you be isolated then? Won't you get isolated if you keep using that and
See, the thing is, what do you mean by using? What do you mean by using your disability?
I mean, like, let's say, not using as in the sense, like, let's say, a lot of times people say, people keep talking about their disability and make comedy, out of that comic story, in the form of a comic story, So that's how I meant, actually.
Okay, let me ask you this. You talk about your disability to write a short story or a stand-up comedy piece, a 30-minute show. Now,
yes,
going back to the earlier thing where people play a card, we live in a society now where everyone plays a card. Either they play the disabled card, they play the LGBTQ plus card, the white card, the black card, the minority card. Now, that's a culture we live in. So that's why I spoke about the second approach, which is you are an individual who has so much and you've got a life behind you. And that life is not just about your blindness. Right? So my point is, when you talk about it, you are talking about something you have in your life. Whether you like it or not, you can't make your sight come back right now. You
Obviously.
So you are going to talk about what you know about. Now, just like that, a person who's overweight or a person who's got a height complex will talk about what they know. Now, it's their decision or their choice to not talk about it, but it's your life. If you choose to talk about what you've been given in this life, it's absolutely your right. People will always, whether you do it, do a good joke, a bad joke, whether you do well or do badly, people will always talk.